Hi, Desiree Renshaw here, a realtor in Spokane, Washington. I decided it would be fun to do a video series of tips for sellers getting ready to list. I love getting a home ready to be listed, and I believe in staging every home, even in a seller's market, because certain tweaks make a huge difference. And what I consider staging is not just pretty plants and furniture. I cringe when a seller comes to me and they say, we are thinking of selling our house and we have already done all of the work needed to get it ready for the market. The reason I'm not fond of this comment is simply out of love for my seller and the fear that where they spent their precious time and money will not necessarily bring them their most significant return on their investment. You see, I love when I can walk through a house with a seller before any investment of time or money has been made and show them how they can get top dollar without spending the most money. I recently had a seller invest over $25,000 on mini splits before they called me because they thought a future buyer would want air conditioning. As a seller, this is not an investment I would recommend, especially because we were listing in the winter. Because I love the listing prep process so much, I am super excited about this video series to hopefully help you maximize your rate of return on investment. So, tip number 1 in this video series is dedicated to all things paint. Let's get started. So much of the staging process is creating a neutral palette to allow buyers to see themselves making the home their own easily. We want to leave as little to-dos for them as possible so they feel like they can just move in and make it their own. Paint is one great way to do this. Neutral colors allow potential buyers to imagine your home with their furniture and their style. White is a very easy neutral choice that adds brightness. Pay attention to undertones because as every color, even white has a variety of colors to choose from, and you just want to make sure that it doesn't clash with your floors or your cabinets or makes things feel dirty. If choosing a color is not your strength, get assistance from the paint store, or maybe your real estate agent has a great eye to pick the right color. In a perfect world, try to keep all the rooms the same color to allow consistency, and again, the more neutral, the better. You also want to try to avoid colors such as yellow, red, brown, or bright pastel rooms because of all the psychology behind the emotions that these colors can bring about. For example, it's been said that a red room can increase appetite, increase someone's blood pressure, so it's not necessarily a calming, bright space. If you don't trust me on this, I highly recommend Googling some of the psychology on these colors. And if you don't want to take my word for it, take Google's word for it, and then just paint things neutral. It makes it easy. Okay, moving on to exterior paint and curb appeal, curb appeal, curb appeal. First impressions are always a big deal, and real estate is no exception. Exterior paint is a tad more tricky than interior because of prep and cost. Depending on the color of your home, it may be more cost effective to keep the color the same and just add a fresh new coat. However, if your home is brown or a bright, bold color, it might be worth the investment to change the color completely. Zillow studied the sale of over 3,200 homes and found houses painted a brown taupe or tan stucco sold for less than homes with a white exterior. If a white exterior feels too boring to you, try the grayish option, or check on trending exterior paint options and refrain from doing anything too bold. What is even more important than the exterior paint is your front door. In another Zillow study, doors that were painted navy blue, dark gray, or charcoal sold for more than houses with white doors. And a black front door could increase the price of your home by 2.9%. At a minimum, make sure that the door is clean and touched up. A front door starts the conversation on appeal and how well the home feels cared for. So, paint is an excellent way to make a small investment with a huge return. This is only tip number 1, so stay tuned for the rest of the videos in this series, and if you have any questions, please reach out or comment below.